Bob Schrupp, physical therapist.
Brad Heineck, physical
And
therapist.
together we are the most famous physical therapists on the internet.
In our opinion, of course, Bob.
Brad, you wanted to talk today about how do you determine whether or not your arm pain might be coming from your neck?
Right, because oftentimes as therapists know, or people in the medical field, if you've got pain radiating down the arm, there's a fair chance that it's coming from the low neck typically.
Right.
So we need to differentiate that, and we're going to show 4 tests.
3 tests plus a bonus.
Right, on how to do that. And a couple of these tests are a little bit hard to do. You might need to be a therapist, but we're going to show you because they're not going to harm
Sure,
you.
yeah, you can try them and see what happens.
Right.
So,
And the neat thing about this is if 3 of them are positive, it doesn't mean it necessarily is coming from the neck, but it's a stronger chance.
yeah, you're leaning towards it then.
Right.
There's a good possibility. So.
Okay.
Number 1.
All right, neck rotation. If you're sitting in your chair with good posture, normally people can turn about 90 degrees.
Yeah, right. All the way looking at me.
Right.
You're lacking a little bit, Brad.
Right. 60, if you're less than 60 degrees, and if you don't have a goniometer, if you're about looking halfway, that's about 45. If you can't go much more than that, that's about 60. And if you can go less than 40 or less than 60 degrees each direction, that would be a positive sign.
That would be one sign. So
Okay.
I can't go that far this way. I can't go that far this way.
Right.
Positive sign.
Right. Now, you have to
Positive
realize,
means bad. I mean, that means that you might have, it might be coming from your neck.
right. And remember, there's some people who couldn't go 60 degrees before their problem.
Right.
So you got to keep that into account.
Right.
Okay. The next one is Sperling's test.
Okay.
Okay. So if it's on your right arm, you got pain going down your right arm, and you take your head, look straight forward, and bring your right ear towards your right shoulder like this, and then you put gentle pressure straight down, and if that increases symptoms or pain or numbness down that right arm, that's positive.
Yeah, the way we would do it is I would actually go ahead and apply the pressure as a therapist. And again, it's squeezing all those holes together where the nerves come out, and it makes less room for them, and that's why it'll send pain down the arm.
Right, right.
Really good test.
Yeah, we don't really, it's best for someone else to do it, but you can
You can give a little push.
try it by yourself.
Don't go crazy.
And the next one is to test the median nerve, the nerve that comes out from here, runs down. It's one of the nerves down into your hand.
Right.
Okay, and let's go over here. This one,
Follow us over here.
to do this properly, it needs to be done laying down and by a therapist.
Right.
We're going to show you a way you can do it
Kind
to
of a
yourself.
modified way.
Right. So if it's my right arm, I'm going to take my hand out to the wall, turn like this so the palm is up, and it's about straight out horizontal, and then you're going to stretch here, and then if you take your head, already you might increase the symptoms. If that's it, that's a positive. If you get to here and it doesn't increase the symptoms, you would turn your head away from it, and if that sends sharp pain or increases those symptoms a lot, that's a positive.
Right.
If it's really positive, you won't even be able to get to here, and it's
Yeah.
going to turn on.
It'll just start going, even a little bit, and you'll start feeling symptoms.
Right, you might even just go like this, and it'll turn it on.
All right, the bonus one, Brad, is one you'd have to have someone helping you with.
Right, and this is a pretty easy one, actually. But you do need two people.
You need a victim, and you need...
Okay, so Bob's right arm is painful going down his arm. You lay him down, you probably don't have a plinth at home, but you're gonna lay down in bed. The other person grab a stool or something, and you grab right here underneath the ears and the occiput bone, that's the bone right behind the ears, and you just gently pull on the head.
You're giving him traction.
Yep, and you're not gonna pull very hard, and if this works and all of a sudden Bob says,
Oh, the pain is better.
yeah, and his arm, the tingling in his fingers or down the arm improves, and they are very happy with you pulling on your neck. That is a positive sign. That means you may have a problem from your neck. The problems from the neck, one thing, it could be a herniated disc. It could be stenosis, where you just have the gap is too small. There's some other things we're not going to get into, but those are the 4 tests. If
you
one or
can
2
try.
of them are positive and 2 are negative, if all 4 are positive, and you really know what you're doing with these, it's a very high correlation that you have a neck problem. But that's probably done by a therapist to get that kind of accuracy.
Sounds good. As you guys might have noticed, we're both rocking our Jerry Garcia ties today.
I noticed that, Bob. Yeah, you're very observant
We're
today.
like the brothers.
Oh,
Slap that subscribe button.